Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match from TFPG T4, the fourth mentoring tournament in the repeated installment by the Friendly Pug Group as their way to mentor new players into the Left 4 Dead 2 competitive community. I am Rails Barlow, casting this game on Brightness Stream tonight. We have a game between the teams being mentored by Dusty and Adam. I believe one is called the Buttdusters, and the other one I am honestly drawing a blank on right now. I think my co-caster K3 might be able to fill me in on the other name. Do you know K3?
Based on my lack of affiliation with this current tournament, I am not fully aware of the team name.
I think it's S.L.A.M.D. Is it S.L.A.M.D?
Yeah.
Sure. Saw a loan of $1 million. I should have known that because that's Adam's genius at work. So Adam's team small loan of $1 million versus the Buttdusters K3. That's what we have for us tonight.
It's great. And yes, as Rails did say, I am K3. I would like to bid good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all patrons of all Left 4 Dead nations.
All Left 4 Dead nations. Not just the Left 4 Dead nation, but every single Left 4 Dead nation.
Precisely. So yeah, we've got two really high competitors in Dusty and Adam. No,
it's begun.
Yeah,
we've got two high competitors. Hey, you're being honest, okay? Listen, I've been on a team with Adam for a tournament and a half now. I know what it's like.
Yeah, but no, I'm really excited to see this match. I haven't casted a match in several months, and so I'm excited to get back into it here.
Last time I have
played with both Dusty and Adam. And both are very strong players, and I've heard that they're both very good at leading their team in a good fashion. So yeah, it should be an entertaining match.
I believe it should be. I think I've seen both these teams putting in work in the scrimmages during this week for Dark Carnival. Obviously, Dark Carnival is a staple for a mentoring tournament due to the fact that this map has been played the most out of every single map, of course, in the history of competitive Left 4 Dead 2. I don't even have to mention it because everybody knows just how much this is played, K3.
Yeah, I'd argue that it's probably played almost as much as the next, like, 3 or 4 maps combined, if you look at the entirety of maps that people scrim and pug on.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, like, and the thing is, though, there are a bunch of people who like it, and obviously the majority of the community thinks it's a balanced map and that kind of stuff, but I've heard Grizz and a couple other people talk about how much they load this map due to the fact that it's not necessarily, in their opinion, the most balanced. And I think that's interesting to talk about because I guess there are a few parts of Dark Carnival that are a little bit weird now that you think about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, like, it seems to be a very kind of open map for the most part, barring a couple of very key choke points. You look at the ladder on Dark Carnival 2, you look at the hole drop on Dark Carnival 3, and the coaster on Dark Carnival 3. A lot of the time, the entire flow of a whole chapter really leans on both the tank and these 1 choke points, or maybe 2 maximum per campaign, or sorry, rather per map. So,
right.
You know, yeah, things can take a complete turn for the worst or for the best if somebody gets through that choke point with either a lot or no HP.
Yeah, exactly. And the other part about that is that ladder choke has been the subject of debate ever since, like, what, 2009, I guess it was. Because
pretty much since the game came out.
Exactly, yeah, because of the amount of damage that usually happens on that. Brightness wants me to ready up for some reason. Why do you want me to ready up, Brightness? I'm sitting here waiting for the last person to join Dusty's team, okay? I'm just taking my sweet-ass old time. What?
So you want to be the last one. You have to be the last.
I don't have to be the last one. I'm just sitting here, I'm waiting. Kathy and I are going over the introduction. We have to do a roster rundown, which is what we're going to do right now before I start talking about the ladder choke more, because we will see that next map. But there have been attempts to fix that. It's been a interesting ride, to say the least, with how much damage usually happens there. With that being said, we do have only 2 other players ready up, and waiting to ready up, I should say. So let's do a quick roster rundown. For Team Small One of $1 million, whose name I absolutely love, we have Adam the Mentor, Sepia, Fox, and Six. And who do we have for the Buttdusters, K3?
Oh, I'm so excited. For the Team Buttdusters, we have Summer, Cammy, Dusty, and Rob's Atul. So I'm relatively excited to see this match go down. There's not going to be any discussion in terms of which team knows the map better. Both teams are going to know the map like the back of their hand if they've been playing Left 4 Dead competitively for any amount of time. So yeah, it's pretty much just going to come down to who outplays who, and I'm excited to see that.
We shall definitely see who has prepared more as a team for this. As we know, both Dusty and Adam, they have the ability to both make really, really solid plays on Survivor, and their tanks are also extremely good, but it's going to be up to the rest of their teams to kind of repeat that synergy and play up to that level of both of their mentors here, who, as you mentioned before, both have a really, really good track record of keeping teams together, leading teams. I know it's from playing with Adam and playing with Dusty a little bit, more so with Adam, but hey, like I said, the mentor slate for this tournament, the fourth, was, I think, one of the best you could have possibly come up with. I can't really speak ill of any of the mentors here. Where Summer is saying, no, please don't tell Muddy about whatever Summer is doing. I really don't know what Summer's doing. I never know what Summer's doing. I love you, Summer!
But yeah. So I think a lot of this is going to come down to just the synergy that these teams really hold. I think that, as I say that, we are going live, but I think Adam's team might have scrimmed a little more than Dusty's this time, so I think that could come into play. Anyway, we do have this first hit up here. Why don't you take us through a run of this next hit?
Let's see what they do. It's going to be a Hunter, a Spitter, a Charger, and a Jockey. We got the Buttdusters on the Special Infected first, and small loan of $1 million on Survivor. Looks as though they are going to have that Charger and Jockey both coming from the back. The Hunter has already spawned up, going for a sneaky wall kick there. Not going to land it quite yet, being kited around by Adam. M2 does go out onto that Hunter. Charger going in, manages to land onto Adam, as a matter of fact, who catches that charge. The charge was going for the Jockey Survivor, so not a bad hit there, K3, for that area.
Yeah, we do actually have a very early tank here, up in the hands of Summer. But yeah, that is actually a very solid amount of damage coming up from that first hit that really sets the pace early by the SI side. But yeah, we have this tank coming up in the hands of Summer for the Buttdusters. Oh god, that's never going to get old to say.
I love it.
But yeah, so how about we send this over to a Special Infected Worm, because this is really based on the positioning that the SI take, I think. So how about you take us over to that Worm, Rickus?
3, 2, 1. Let's go. I should get a boom. I know I'm smoking. They're in the safe room, so we don't have to do anything right now. Just chill till they come out, pretty much. They're gonna chip you to death with a pistol.
It's gonna take a couple hours.
Where's Fox at? I don't see him. Is he ghosting somewhere?
Yeah, right by it. We're shot.
Okay, I got you, yeah. I'm already spawned, so that's why. Make sure.
Yeah. Damn, they came out of safe room. Alright, let's go for a hit though. You should be able to keep LOS, I imagine. 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
I'll take damage, fuck it.
And just commit after. Or you're going back to the safe room. I mean, unless you like really want to try and play rock second pass.
Kill it, man, kill it! Shoot that big mother!
Please don't AI the tank with 5k health.
You can commit if you want.
Shoot me again, I dare you.
Oh, what the fuck? It's going AI.
What
Oh my
happened?
god.
I mean,
Is it stuck?
I guess
Oh, no.
And we are back! This is gonna suck for a whole bunch of people because this tank is now doing parkour underneath a truck because Summer AI'd it in the exact wrong spot. That is essentially a thrown tank right there for the Buttdusters. It seemed like he was just going, oh my god, this is hard to watch. We do have a hit going in here right now. That's gonna be a nice double boom landing. Smoker does get cleared. AI Tank and Jockey both just kind of bouncing around, doing what they can. I am so glad I am not an admin right now because I'm not going to have to answer to this. This is unfortunate to say the least, K3.
Yeah, this is exactly what you don't want to see. Any competitive player knows that regardless of what team you're on, this is just a bummer to see. I'm sure like even Dusty's team is like they're not happy about it. They're just kind of like, oh, okay, that happened. So yeah, it's no fun for anyone. I was saying to Rails earlier, I was kind of questioning the route that the tank was taking to commit, just because it made him lose a lot of sight. Plus, he had to nail all of his jumps, or else he was bound to go AI. And plus, if you do go AI back there, if you get him in that spot, then tank is going to try to crawl underneath the bus or the truck rather, which does not work. We do have a hit coming in here though. Jockey's trying to get in. Smoker goes out on one person. Jockey did get M2 and shut down. Charger's trying to get onto this guy who got smoked, but that doesn't work out. Charger gets shut down. Spit goes down on nothing, and that's essentially another shutdown hit. Fox is bleeding out right now, but I mean the tank didn't get any hits. This is going to be really difficult, and they're going to have to really capitalize on every choke point from run out if they're not going to let the survivors get in with a massive health bonus.
Yeah, the tank got no hits there, but there was a little bit of step, I guess, with that Hunter that one time. That's the only real saving grace silver lining there for that tank. Obviously, it doesn't usually do a whole lot of damage anyway, but that's just not a good way to start a match if you're a special infected team. That being said, that last hit did a little bit more. That Boomer does get popped. Tri-cap coming in right now. Charger gets melted by those UCs. Nice 2-cap, however, landing with that Hunter and that Jockey. More chip damage going out, but as you alluded to just a couple seconds ago, there still are 2 huge health bonuses being carried by the survivors right now, along with 3 pills, and they are already about half through this map, I would say.
Yep, there's going to be like a couple of major chokes and then 1 minor choke left in it, and that's going to be pretty much it. So, I mean, it's by no means out of the question they can land a massive hit with Spit on it at any time. But yeah, it is looking a little grim for this first half.
Yeah, I mean, there still are a couple good choke points for our special infected friends to get damage. They have a Charger, Jockey, Spitter, Boomer here. Pretty good time to do it. Nice charge going out onto 6, who is one of the health bonuses. That's exactly what they needed. Adam is a little bit slow clearing that Charger as well. He had to make his way across the map. Another survivor does get boomed, and that definitely helps their case K3. That's almost an entire bar of health bonus gone off of 6.
100%. And combined with that 1 boom plus the charge down, I mean, Coach also kind of jumped off, which was kind of weird. But I think that might buy them a full another hit. I mean, you see their spawns are already coming back up, and had that hit not done so much, then they would probably already be down at this point.
I think they actually might decide to send another one, either as the survivors are dropping or right before. Really, both are pretty good options for the special infected with another strong hit like this. They got that Charger Spit, plus 2 supporting cappers, and they also have a Witch it looks like they're going to hit on. This could be a little bit tough for the survivors K3 to mitigate damage in an area like this with Common and a Witch and this kind of hit. They're going down for the Witch right now, though. They do get a very quick crown by Fox. And now they are going to try clearing the column of that Charger. Is going to land with a Hunter landing a 25 DP as well on the bonus. That's a 3-cap almost with that Jockey landing just a little bit desynced. And that's exactly what I alluded to, K3. I was gonna pitch it to you, but then they slid into the common and they got hit like I thought they would.
Yeah, I mean, so ever since that tank, the infected have gotten 2 major hits on. But like that's all they needed apparently, because they took their health bonus down from like a lot to relatively mediocre at this point. So I mean, like both those hits just absolutely annihilated most of their bonus, which is, I mean, just really impressive. They really bounced back quickly after that tank, and you know, because of that, I think it'll definitely help prevent any kind of intervention that might happen. We do have another hit coming in here. Boomer's not going to be able to get anything from that spot. Smoker is pre-spawned behind one of the bushes, and as is the Hunter. All they have left on top of that is a Spitter. Pull is going to get instant cleared and probably shut down here. Hunter gets nicely skidded by Rob there. Spitter has absolutely nothing to spin on top of as the Smoker does get picked off, and the last of the survivors will probably be able to make their way into the safe room here. So they will make it in with about 120 health bonus, but compared to what they made it out of the tank with, that is really good for the SI.
Yeah, nice recovery by the Buttdusters there. That is going to be a 540 first chapter score for Team Small One of $1 million. And honestly, that's a little bit low in my opinion for that tank spawn, as we did mention. And then that's the story so far. They had great health coming out of the tank. I think what they could have done there a little bit is just, I don't know if they took it a little bit too fast, but they put themselves in a position to get hit a lot. When the health bonus got charged off there, he was kind of leading a little bit. And they could have been a little bit more careful dropping into those common with that Witch. It was a nice crown, but then they were not in position to defend their bonus after that occurred. So
For sure.
A little bit of a misplay, I would say, on their part, along with great special infected.
Yeah, when you have that much permanent health, I think you can afford to play the patient game and try to just, bait a little bit more. Don't try to rush through the choke points, and I think that's possibly played a pretty decent part in what let the infected really get those powerful hits off. I'd like to point out that Team Captain Adam did have a very strong chapter, getting a very high MVP for both SI and CI, showing how high of a competitor he is.
So far, yes. Adam asked if Brightest you wash your hands after the bathroom break. I'm
No, I
not
did not.
entirely sure. She said she did not, so okay
Oh my
then.
god.
Well, hey, we're now going live with the second half of map 1 here. Hunter, Spitter, Charger, Jockey. First hit coming in right now. That Hunter manages to get skeeted. Jockey got shut down, and oh my goodness, that was an annihilated hit right there, K3, because they backed into the safe room and shut everything down.
Yeah, a little preemptive by the SI. I think they could have waited a little bit more. And that's just, I think so far has been a bit of the story for Adam's team. They need to play a little bit more patiently, because Dusty, having the huge amount of experience that he does have in this game, is going to know the pacing to control the game. And so he's going to try to just keep that in his team's favor the whole time. We do have a tank up for Team Small loan of $1 million in the hands of Sepia. And we do the hit is coming in here. Probably not going to get a ton. Yeah, Charger misses. Hunter did also get dead stopped, and everything's going to get just shut down other than the Jockey who landed for a couple ticks. So how about we send this over to, like the previous chapter, a special effective war room for this tank.
Let's do it. Start going back now. Oh, there. Yeah, it's still there. Try to hold your sight, yeah.
One's a little forward.
I'm ready. I'm gonna pull Cammy. You ready to go on this? I'm going. Damn. Keep going, Jockey. I'm pulling. Back up. You're gonna need to commit with your HP probably. Start going in. You need to commit. Go Sepia. We'll have to support her early.
I'll get a pull at the fucking bushes.
Okay.
Let's go.
Start making some noise. Yeah, go. See if you can get
I
that
got a
pull.
pull on Cammy. They cleared it. I'm gonna pull Dusty.
Do what you can. Nice. Throw a rock.
I'm gonna save this then.
Nice rock. Get that down. Do what you can. Good tank.
We are back after that tank in the hands of Sepia, getting actually quite a lot of damage. Definitely, I'd say above average damage for that tank fight, especially compared to the amount of damage that the Buttdusters got with that AI tank. So yeah, they just were able to get their SI right in there, allowing a very strong encap onto Ellis, as well as a couple punches onto Cammy. So I'd say very nicely played by the special affected.
We do have a hit going in right now. That Hunter's gonna try to go and does get M2'd and shut down. Charter coming from the front, I'd say that was probably a little bit premature yet again. We mentioned that on the first hit, but besides that, again, really good damage coming out of that first tank right there for that area, because an area like that, K3 and I were talking about, I thought that tank was in trouble when the survivors backed up to the safe room, but they had the right tri-cap for it. They got a quick smoke that was clear, but then the charge landed with the other pinner getting in there, so the tank could actually get a punch and then another secure onto a survivor, and that is nicely played by the infected, but now they do have to replicate what the Buttdusters did in order to get this bonus down, because actually we're going to see a hit coming in here because they were a little bit separated. Hunter is going to manage to land. Smoker lands too for the quick 2-cap. Spit, unfortunately, not able to go down on much of anything, however. It did take away about half of Cammy's health with a double boom, so they need to keep sending in hits like this K3 to get that bonus down.
Yeah, survivors are sitting at an almost 500-point health bonus, and so now we actually live in quite the similar position as the previous team, regardless of the amount of damage that went out on the tank. So they will have a couple of strong choke points left to try to do what the Buttdusters did on SI, and really just take away that last bit of a health bonus.
Reloading.
Looks as though there's going to be another hit ready right here at the billboard. Charger
Try to
going
get
in,
the
manages to get the
Ooh.
stumble onto Summer. That's going to be
Yeah, not on
half
health
of his
bonus
health.
though.
Half of his health gone though. That's unfortunate for Summer. I don't know. The Charger's in a pretty bad spot, but they can still get a hit on this alarm card. They're going to have the Jockey, Hunter, and the Boomer for it. Looks as though the Hunter and the Jockey going from up top here. Survivors all moving to the other direction. Charger goes in. That's a 3-cap.
True.
Beautiful hit coming out from Team Small of $1 million. That Charger had his recharge just at the right time. A great amount of damage going in, especially for no spitter there, K3.
Yeah, I was not expecting a tri-cap to land in that spot of all places. Dusty did clear the tri-cap very quickly. It did mitigate the damage as much as possible, but a couple of slams went on to Rob, and I think a bit of chip damage also went on to Cammy. So, yeah, I mean, they do... Survivors actually make it through one of those big choke points just now, though, so they're really going to have to get some kind of bigger hit on the drop here if they're going to want to keep the Survivors from getting elated going into the second chapter.
Have a pretty good hit for it again. It's a similar situation where the Witch is at the bottom with a bunch of common around here. It's going to be a Smoker, Spitter, Hunter, Jockey. No Charger here, but it looks as though Rochelle has actually shot the Witch to pull her up. It'll be interesting to see if the SI hit right now or if they just kind of let this happen. It would be a risky call, but they're going to seemingly go for it. Smoker missing a pull. Dusty gets the crown. Jockey gets shut down as well, and it looks as though the Hunter and Spitter both did not go in. I think that's a smart call for sure right there by Team Buttdusters as they drop into the common to clear them now.
Yeah, I would agree that that is definitely probably the best play to make. I think the SI probably should have waited on that, considering they kind of have to get some damage on these next couple hits. Whereas if you go in right there, straight into the site of all four survivors with shotguns, it's probably not going to turn out too well. We do have another hit coming up here. Smoker is going to get instantly cleared there and shut down. Spitter's all alone. Boomer's probably not going to get anything in. This Hunter's going to get that soft and shut down. So Spitter's all alone. Doesn't have anything to spin on. And this, considering that all the survivors are fast, this is probably going to be a safe room. And survivors actually go up by almost 200 coming into this next chapter.
Yeah, again, it was a pretty good amount of damage that went out after the tank in order to get that bonus down, but we saw a little bit better job of bonus conservation here by Team Buttdusters, and that is going to reward them with a 176-point lead going into Map 2. But I'd say that is definitely manageable for Team Small of $1 million, because, like I said, they had a pretty good position that they lost then after that tank, but now they can make up for it with whatever happens in the next chapter.
Yeah. I think Adam's team, smaller than $1 million, mostly they're gonna have to focus on just keeping their patience up. Definitely try not to get flustered after that map, because after having that happen to the tank and still end up going down by almost 200 points going after the chapter, that could be possibly slightly frustrating, I can imagine. So yeah, hopefully they're just gonna be able to keep their composure and hit it hard going right into this next chapter.
This is an interesting tank spawn. It's going to be 61%. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is kind of like halfway down the alley. We'll see when we get there, because we are having a quite fast ready up. It's going to be Dusty's team on Survivor, and they're going to be defending that small lead. We do have an attack going in right now from Small of $1 million. That spit's not going to spread in the safe room, even though that charger landed. And interesting that they decided to just go in right there, K3. You would have thought that they maybe would have waited after the bait.
Exactly what I was saying before. They just need to keep that patience up, because that was a very strong hit with tons of damage potential, considering that spit has not been nerfed like it is on EQ. So, yeah, I think that they should have waited a little bit more. There's a lot of damage that they could have gotten out of that hit, and that's just the story so far.
Yeah, that quickness is going to grant Team Small $1 million. I'm just going to call them S.L.A.M.D now, because I like saying the full name, but it loses its potency after a while. So
right.
S.L.A.M.D is going to try to hit here, I think, with a Smoker, Jockey, Hunter, and a Boomer. And they are going to be going right now. Again, everything from the front. Quick clear going out. Hunter and Jockey bouncing around, both getting M2'd right there. Smoker does land for a quick second. And again, they aren't taking advantage of the Survivor's position, I don't think, K3. I think they're hitting where the Survivors want them to hit them, if that makes any sense.
Yep, I think that's exactly what Dusty's trying to get his team to do. He's just really controlling the pace of the game, and he wants this SI to hit in a certain spot by making them kind of flustered, and I think it's working out perfectly so far. So yeah, I'm really looking for that recovery on the SI. Otherwise, the survivors are just going to keep controlling the space. We do have another hit coming in here. Boom is going to get shut down and stumble the Charger, who's probably going to get nothing. Yeah, just gets absolutely railed by all of those melee weapons. Actually, quite a lot of free spit damage there going out onto a few of the survivors, but still there. I think the SI just got their spawns up and immediately just found the closest spawn to them. I don't think they actually tried to find much of a spot to come from.
Yeah, and I think they're probably trying to figure out too when exactly this tank is going to spawn. It should be before the choke, and I don't think they're going to be able to run back because the tank's going to spawn above them. I'm sure Dusty knows this and is going to have them fight in that room to the left, which seems to be the traditional spot for when the tank is this late.
Yeah, they're already going into that room and clearing everything out. It is possible for the SI to make a play on that. I'm thinking Spit is probably going to try to put Spit in front of that room to keep the survivors from going in. Or at least be forced to take damage going in. That's exactly what's going to happen. Survivors are going to probably just take that Spit damage though, which is actually quite significant, putting Cammy slow. A nice bolt back into the Spit going out there by that Smoker. And we do have this tank up in the hands of Team Captain Adam. So this is actually a really big tank. And I think most of the strategy is going to come down from the SI side, as the survivors are just going to sit on top of these boxes and everything and just juke them out. So I would be interested to see its SI war coming from this. See what they do with this tank.
Let's see how they do. Let's send it right over.
Okay, call us in when you want us.
What the fuck? This way. Go. Go now.
Get out.
Kimmy's almost dead.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Never too much.
Yeah, we are back. That's an M2 going out, and that is quite unfortunate for Team Small on $1 million. Adam trying to get that death onto Cammy there, but that's honestly, because of the way that turned out, not a whole lot of damage for that tank K3. That's only one bleeding after it.
Yeah, the hittables that Adam hit out there were extremely close to hitting Cammy, missing just by the skin of his teeth. So I think the survivors got actually quite fortunate with those a bit of an unlucky hittable hit or two. And now the survivors are sitting in a fantastic position, especially for a difficult tank like that. And if they don't get any damage on these next couple hits, once again they'll be able to make it into the safe room with a significant bonus.
Yeah, and I don't know, there's a lot less map for them to do it this time in terms of S.L.A.M.D's hits, but that's going to be a nice skeet going out. Charger going for it, getting annihilated before landing. Dusty doing work right there with that shotgun, and I think this time it's going to go a little bit more in their favor due to the fact they have, 2 or 3 hits more to take, plus a relatively easy event because they can just kind of push right through it, and barring some kind of catastrophic 3-cap, they're going to make safe room with close to this bonus.
Exactly, and once again, SI aren't waiting for the choke points. They need to just set up where they want to set up, and especially with the survivors bleeding, they can just wait for the survivors to go exactly where they want them to go, and then I think that's where you want them to be hitting them. We do have another hit coming up here. Very important hit to keep this health bonus down. Hunter's going to get dead stop. Jockey's also actually going to land a bit of a shock there. Spit's going to go down on that charge, but that's not the biggest of the health bonus. But Robs is stuck in that, and looks like he's actually going to go down to that Spit spread. I think he tried to find a little island from that away from that Spit, but it didn't quite work out. So that is a bunch of the health bonus down. But unfortunately, with Dusty and Summer still with so much HP, they might still make it in with like almost a 400 bonus.
Yeah, I mean, that's better than just getting completely shut down, obviously, and it got all of Rob's bonus gone, but at the same point in time, they need to try to hit Dusty and or Summer. We do have a pull going out onto Summer right there. Rest of the hit not quite ready to capitalize. Nice skeet going out by Dusty. Nice pop by Dusty, and I think that Charger got melted as well, so that's going to be the end of that hit. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get anything big off that pull. If something had been able to intercept on that, that would have been Summer's bonus gone, but instead, the clears went out, and we are going to see Team Buttdusters make it in to get a total chapter score of, let's see, 888 points. Not too shabby for map 2, and definitely better than expected for that tank.
Yeah, but that will put an 1164, check it, difference between the teams right here. Yeah, and as much as I disagree with some of the spots that the SI have been going in, I would say that it is also really showcasing the proficiency in clearing that the survivors have, especially from Team Captain Dusty, getting above 50% SI damage on both chapters so far. So really showing how good it is at just shooting and pointing at these kind of things and clicking the buttons. So yeah, very nicely done by the survivors to really up the score delta going into this. And now the pressure is on. We'll see if Adam's team can make that recovery that they need.
Yeah, and that tank can be very, very high damage with those hittables, and the fact that survivors all have to crouch on top of things to play the meta effectively. So let's see exactly what happens. Hunter, Spitter, Jockey, Charger for this first hit for the Buttdusters. Hunter going in, trying to get a wall kick, finding it on the Coach. Charger lands as well. Nice 2-cap with that. Jockey also managing to hold Coach in the spit, and that's a lot of damage for that first hit, K3.
Yeah, see, here's what happens if you wait. Survivors ran completely out directly into the hit, and SI were ready for it. And just like that, you know, you have Sepia almost at around probably 50 HP or so, and you have Fox also down about 30 HP. So yeah, I mean, very nicely done by the SI. Control, still just, the pace of the game is entirely in their court right now.
Especially, and now the survivors are walking into another pretty risky area, although that boomer getting popped does help their cause. It's going to be a Smoker, Charger, and a Hunter, and I think the Buttdusters might wait for a Spitter, or they're just going to decide to go for it. Nice 2-cap landing, no need for a Spitter right there. However, that is going to be the Charger going from the front as well, getting a couple punches, so hey, another nice amount of damage. Again, no Spitter needed. That 2-cap landed in the back for a little bit, Charger got a couple hits, and they're definitely taking the momentum to be on their side right now on Special Infected.
Definitely. I think the survivors need to hang back and just like kind of sit tight and clear the horde while the hit's up. They kind of are trying to push too much while the hit's up. Like right now, survivors are still moving forward while the hit's up. I think they should probably just, you know, camp it out here, as it looks like they are finally doing, and just waiting it out a little bit. We do have a hit coming in here. Hunter's gonna come in, gonna get actually team skidded there. Jockey gets dead off and shut down. Smoker is gonna get instant cleared, and Smith has nothing to go down on. See, just like that, the survivors wait and play it patiently to clear out some of the horde, and it turns out in the survivors' favor. And now they basically just shut down that hit, minus a bit of a separation pull in the back.
Yeah, that's definitely the best take they've had so far this chapter, and I mean, this is still pretty comparable damage prior to the tank, but now it's all going to come down to exactly how they fight it. Boomer going in, imagine you get a nice double boom. Hunter and a Jockey with a Spitter waiting to hit maybe for a follow-up here. Looks as though they're going to try to go for it, or not actually. Adam's team's just going to decide to push into the side room there and take out those comm. I think that's the right call before they spawn this tank up. Looks as though the Spitter's going to do the same strat, however, and wait for the survivors to come out, to spawn the tank, and then they'll go back in and get spit on to take some damage before this tank.
Yeah, there is a couple ways that the SI can play this tank. They can either go for the hittable and the kill play on the bottom, which is what we saw on Adam's team, or they can go for the punches on while the survivors are on top of the boxes. So yeah, if he goes for the dumpsters, it'll show. I mean, just like what happened to Adam, like the tank can just get absolutely destroyed and just takes damage so fast if those SI don't land, which is really hard to do while the survivors are in this kind of position. But I think if all the survivors are going to be on top of the boxes like this, I think just put a dumpster in and go for punches is probably the best play. Anyway, let's take it over to that SI war room as the tank commits.
One more punch on him if you can get it.
Nice.
Let her keep going, dude.
They're not shooting.
Alright, let's go. Let's go.
Oh, sorry, John.
Oh, good. It's a wave.
Melee. Oh.
Wipe. That's a wipe! Oh, wait, they actually cleared it right before. I thought that was totally a wipe. But unfortunately for the survivors, they almost die right there at that tank because the tank landed, I don't even know how many punches. The tank was able to run in, basically gave up on the hittable after a couple hits, punch Rochelle, punch Nick, punch Coach, punch everyone. Got an absolute mammoth amount of damage. Now, it looks as though the survivors are going to push through the ladder choke here because they are almost dead. That's going to definitely put the entire momentum of the game, however, squarely in the Buttdusters' favor. As we see this hit go in, Charter going for Alice, managing to land almost a 2-cap. Adam did get the clear right before that smoke landed. Boomer is going to land a nice tri-boom, and yeah, that's the quad right there. K3, that was almost a wipe on that tank.
It definitely was. I think it's just positioning. You look at the Buttdusters; they had enough distance between all the survivors to prevent any multi-punches. You had one person on the bottom trying to bait out some of the hittables, which worked out actually really well. Whereas here, all the survivors were on top of the boxes, which negated 2 people from really shooting the tank as they got kind of multied a little. And they were just able to get those survivors onto the bottom and into the hands of the SI. It really almost resulting in a wipe. And this now the survivors have no health bonus to speak of, and it's just going to increase the score delta of this chapter even more. We do have another hit coming in here. Charge actually lands. Actually, we have a double cap in the spit right now. And the witch got triggered and is coming in. They don't even know. They have no idea.
Oh no, she pushed Alice into the spit!
Oh my god. And Witch is actually going to come in and is going to... That's a death onto Coach for sure. Coach is totally dead right now. Yeah. So, wow. That shot on the Witch is extremely unfortunate. That was definitely not on purpose. Oh, yeah. Another kind of easy M2 that they just missed there. And now Charge is going to come in here. This is looking like it could result in the wipe right here, potentially. Alice is almost down. Might go down to this common here. Smoker is still up, ready to pick off that last survivor. Jockey comes in, gets that incap, and that smoke goes off to finish off the round. That is a wipe going off on to team Small One of $1 million. The final score for the chapter, 370. And now we have actually a pretty large differential coming into map 3. Definitely more than they want to see. And the momentum is firmly in the Buttdusters court right now.
Yeah, it's almost 600 points, and obviously the etiquette.
So almost far, 600 points, he says. Look at this guy.
Almost 600, right?
Leave the map
almost
to
700.
Me, dude.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
That's like
almost 700 points.
794. Jesus. Or 694. I'm sorry.
Okay, now we're good. Now we're good. We both managed to screw up simple arithmetic, but besides that, Brightness saying not like this. The etiquette so far has been, if there's been an early tank here, even though this is Pro Mod 4.4.2, not to take it in the safe room, but I think this is one of those tanks where they might be able to spawn it and then run all the way back. I don't know how I feel about that, because there are multiple ways to play the tank from the infected side at the safe room here, but the traditional strat has been, play it outside for etiquette's sake. I don't know what you think about that, K3, but we could see it happen here.
Yeah. I think on Pro Mod, with the gun slowdown, I would say, actually, I can't even talk. There's a hit going in. Actually, to land a charge spit on the stairs on Summer there. That's actually a ton of damage.
He jumped back
and he jumped into the death spit too.
Summer!
So, yeah, that's actually way more damage than you almost ever see that opening hit do. So very nicely done by Team S.L.A.M.D, getting that early damage and that bleed, which will let the tank control the pace of the fight a little bit more. In this situation, I'm kind of almost thinking that outside would be better, but had they not taken all that damage, I would probably say safer.
It's another pretty good hit, too, for the second here. It's going to be a Smoker, Charter, Boomer, and a Spitter. Boomer getting popped, Charter going in, actually managing to stumble survivors into Spit right there. That's a lot of damage going out onto Cammy. That's almost 60 damage off of her health right there. That is so unfortunate for the survivors. Ramirez says, shout to K3, shut the fudge up.
Oh my god. But this is exactly what I'd like to see from the SI. The SI are now hitting exactly where they want to, and I didn't think that the tank would spawn this late. Now I'm thinking that they're almost certainly going to be taking it outside, especially with this much damage that they've taken. But yeah, now the SI are hitting exactly where they want to, and they're getting that damage off. Nice jump and pop there onto the Boomer. Jockey's going to get empty to shut down. Hunter's going to land for a couple ticks of damage, but nothing to really speak of. And that Curve Rock's not going to land. So yeah, because of the different options that the survivors have to fight this tank, I would be interested to hear a survivor worm. Yeah, they're going all the way back here, so I'm interested to hear what they decide to do for this. Let's go to an SI, or not an SI, go to a survivor
worm for the tank in the hands of Fox.
He's gonna take a lot of chip coming from there. Rock. Miss.
He's coming.
You wanna LOS this real fast, make him commit, or just chip?
He's gonna have to commit anyway.
Y'all can chip him a little bit if you want.
You're gonna run out of ammo. I'm gonna pop now. He's coming up next set. Fucking arm.
Oh my god. I'm getting.
Wow, holy,
Okay.
we are back.
What
There's so
is
much damage
happening?
going.
What's
There's
happening?
so much damage going out. That tank had 1,300 health when his SI got even closer to survivors. We saw a stumble go out. We saw the jockey and the hunter both land momentarily. Tank got a couple punches with about 200 health left, and the Buttdusters have had the momentum completely flipped on them by Team S.L.A.M.D right here. K3. That you don't see a whole lot of damage go out in the safe room there usually, but what a tank and what's the SI support that was.
Yeah, we have 2 perms though now. Honestly, I don't think that tank got a hit in before it was sub 100 HP. We have a hit going in here. Hunter gets shut down. Smoker gets probably shut down. We do have a bit of a split separation though. There's a 2 boom out. But yeah, I mean that tank. I didn't think that tank was gonna get about anything because it was almost close. It was like virtually dead by the time it got anything on the survivors. And survivors did exactly what they needed to do in terms of getting the early chip onto the tank. They played that part perfectly. But the support came in, and after that, everything just fell apart completely. Survivors just eating tons of punches, especially from that charge.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we do have a nice 2-cap going out here, downing the last of the health bonus and putting Rob's perms though as well. So yeah, as you talked about momentum being in Adam's team's favor right now, and they are just getting hit after hit and getting these in-caps in.
Yeah, this is really, really impressive right now by Team S.L.A.M.D, and like I said, they had a tank that was pretty hard to work with, but they managed to get what they wanted in on it, and the tank kept sight until he had the right support, went in, we saw this, now the last hit, 2-cap right there through that spit, and now they're going to have another okay hit for this room. It's going to be a smoker, spitter, boomer, and a charger, so they have the charge spit, plus the boom. It would just be a little bit better if they had something to lead in with. Dusty's going to shove his head in the room. He knows his entire team's bleeding, and the hit's coming in right now. Charger's going to go in there, manages to get a stumble onto Dusty with a smoker pull going out in the back. Spit going down on top of him as well. More chip damage going out, and Cammy is 1 HP black and white, I would like to point out right here. So that is going to be a death as soon as someone scratches Coach, who is also boomed right here. And as soon as that happens, there'll only be 3 survivors left. Coach dropping back down right now. They found pills that they might try to get, because as soon as Coach dies, that's going to be distance points going away. Smoker's going to spawn up, manages to get the scratch, and that's the death K3.
So yeah, I mean, Survivor's probably not going to make it much further here. We are going to see the first swipe most likely be going out onto Team Buttdusters for the campaign, and this is the chance that Team S.L.A.M.D needs in order to really make this comeback. Or they don't even need to like pull a full comeback here. They just need to close the difference by, like, I don't know, 300-400 points, and then consistently keep up that pace. Because they've done a really good job at switching the pace around and putting the momentum in their favor. And all it's going to come down to is whether they can hold that.
Yeah, if this boomer lands, it's probably going to be a wipe coming relatively soon. Boomer's going to spawn in, manages to get the boom onto the down survivor. Hunter's going to get it. That's going to be a smoker pull as well. And barring a miracle clear, it actually is going to be a clear. That would have been pretty nice for that smoker, but he was just a little bit too close to that pistol. Dusty trying to pick up the right survivor right here. There is a spitter in spawn queue as well to keep that pickup down. And the spit's actually going to go down on top of Rob. That's going to be a death onto him. So only 2 survivors left, picking him off. It's only going to be about 200 points added to the total for Team Buttdusters on this chapter, and that's very, very nice for Team Small of $1 million to try to get back into this, like you said. We should see the penultimate hit coming up right now, if not the final hit. Dusty's going to get charged forward for a little bit more distance, and that's the white K3.
It certainly is. So yeah, it's really going to come down to the way that Survivors play this tank. If Survivors play it right, as Dusty's team for the most part did, I think, the tank will have, well, the tank will be virtually dead by the time the Survivors hit the wall. So I think it's really going to come down to how much damage they can get on the tank, and then in turn, if they can keep the SI from coming in and totally just pooping on all their plans.
Yeah, obviously, since the one team took it back at the safe room, Adam's team could as well. And if you play that right with enough Uzis in the front, getting in the face of that tank without letting someone get pulled, you can absolutely just destroy that tank before the tank hits the door. And to be fair, Team Buttdusters did the same thing. They just didn't shell the tank a couple more times to get it dead, and they also ate a couple of the SI. Dusty got jockeyed and Charger punched down at the end there as the tank was getting a corner onto somebody outside. It was nasty. And as long as Team Small of $1 Million doesn't replicate that, they can put themselves in position, hey, I've seen teams score really high bonuses on this chapter through the coaster choke if they play it correctly. So really, it just depends on what they do. If they can take the tank well and then keep that bonus to the coaster to at least be able to have a chance of surviving the coaster choke. Because if there's one thing I know about Adam, if you send Adam up on the coaster first, your team is guaranteed to wipe.
Well, that's high praise coming out from Rails there for Adam. We'd actually have a pretty solid hit coming out there. I mean, I wouldn't say extremely solid. More so kind of what you'd expect off of this first hit, so not quite the 50 plus damage coming out from as Adam's team took, or Adam's team did rather. So yeah, this tank is actually crucial, and I'm interested to see who it is, because if this is a Dusty tank, they could be in for quite the difficult time here.
Indeed, they could. We should have one more hit coming in, I think, before that tank comes up. It's going to be a Smoker, Charger, Boomer, and a Jockey. Indeed, we do. Nice single smoke going out there, but then it did get cleared. I was going to say double cap, but now the Jockey has landed with the Charger punching as well. A little bit of server lag there. It would be disastrous if Coach goes down and then the tank spawns. That would really, really be bad. That pretty much replicates what happened on the hit before that. So, or not the hit before that, but the hit that the one team got before that, you know, on the opposite half. And the tank is going to be up in the hands of Rob's Tool. Adam's probably going to take it all the way back here. And I don't know, K3, how would you say the Special Infected should play this tank, since the survivors are probably going to take it all the way back?
The way that I actually play this tank is stack for the grid SI, then tank pushes up on the left, and if you like put the tank and you jump onto like the tables, and you push the tank up the left side, and then put all the SI on the right side. And there isn't a ton that the survivors can do about that. It really just puts them all into one good spot, especially if you've got like a Charger. So yeah, I'm interested to see. I think most of this tank comes down to the way the survivors played, if they can get the correct amount of damage coming in, and if they can try to shut down those SI. That's really what I think this tank fight is more so about. So yeah, how about we send it over to that survivor war room right now as the tank commits.
Let's do it. Stay there. Stay there.
No!
Dude.
Hunter up.
Yeah, we didn't really know if he had a smoker or not.
And we are back. So as that smoker got that pull forward, that's the worst thing you could possibly want for the survivors. Like, if I can imagine a terrible situation for the survivors trying to go back to that tank, that pullback is the pull forward is exactly that. But Adam just juking that tank out about 3 times or so, making them whiff, and is able to get past the tank as they kill it off. Actually, we do have a nice hit coming in here. Actually, Rochelle gets stumbled way out of the spit. This is the longest stumble I think I've ever seen, so that's like probably about 50 damage that would have gone on to Rochelle, totally negated. But yeah, for that tank fight, it was looking extremely grim. Like, as soon as that poke went forward, I called it was going to be a wipe. I think they could have gone for the pounce onto him and then just killed him right immediately. But no, I think a couple of misplays on the SI combined with some very nice juking by the survivors lets them come out of that with a lot more health than we saw from Team Buttdusters, and now they have this chance to really make back some decent points.
Yeah, this next hit could be pretty dangerous, but I definitely think they're going to make up 100 or 200 points depending on this map, depending on what happens at the coaster. They have the help to do it right now, and they're probably due to find some more pills. Looks like the SI are going to hit as the survivors are dropping. It's going to be a Charger, Hunter, Smoker, and a Boomer. They're trying to wait for the wall to open. This Hunter really wants to spawn in between them. And let's see exactly what happens. The survivors all drop into the common horde. The hit should be coming in right now. Indeed it is. Smoker gets a pull forward. Charger gets a nice double charge. And that is going to be a 3-cap with a boom. That is a Hitman, an absolutely devastating hit. Quickly cleared, but all the same, that is also bonus getting pulled forward. That could have been a lot worse, K3. But great hit, pretty good clear. Not so great in the health department now for Team S.L.A.M.D.
Yeah, you say it could have been a lot worse, but realistically, that's a lot more damage than a non-spit hit would usually do. It was a very nice strike cap. And as you said, I mean, not quite the Hitman coming out yet as he was able to clear the horde off and get the incaps before any deaths. We actually do have a Drawcon coming in. Nice draw round as the Witch did creep a little bit. We do have a Hunter pre-spawn here looking for some kind of damage. Coach does actually go down to commons, and we do have the hit coming in. Hunter's almost dead, got really chipped. Incap coming out onto, oh wow, actually landing a 23 damage pounce onto the health bonus with, well, Dusty had relatively, like, negligible health left, and this jockey can actually come in and actually get the wipe here in a second. So as much as that was a weird spot to hit, it looks like it could turn into the wipe potentially.
Yeah, Alex kills the
nice
jockey. They should have another spawn coming in queue. I think he's going to get Coach back up first. And, okay, they've managed to make up 60-some points so far, but they need to try to get more than this if they don't get wiped right here. Smoker missing, Charger going in, nice shutdown on the Charger. Spit's not going to get much of anything. Ellis does get pulled back into the Spit now, and the Smoker is still alive to troll. Coach deciding to go inside now, and he actually self-clears off the Smoker as well. Manages to pick up a set of pills, and he should also get another one off of that too. Thankfully for Team S.L.A.M.D, $1 million, nobody's black and white yet. Hunter trying to wall kick Fox in the room there, and at most they need to try to make the coaster choke right here. Nice M2 going out.
Yeah, this was looking really good for the survivors, I think, originally, or at least relatively decent. And now, yeah, it's going to be very difficult to make it past this really huge coaster choke with everybody bleeding, plus 2 perms though. So yeah, that hit actually right before the we just saw turned out to be a lot better than I expected it to be. Dusty landing that 23 DP onto the health bonus in the spit, in the pre-spit I should say, while he had like 20 health or less. So very nicely done by him. And that could have very easily been a wipe if it wasn't for 6 shutting down that jockey.
Oh, boom.
Ooh, quad boom coming out here. Very nicely done. I do love that spot myself. And we do have actually the ideal setup for the rest of this hit.
They're sending at him up the coaster. I saw him grab the cuttable. No, 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 please don't do it, S.L.A.M.D. Don't do it. Don't send Adam up the coaster. I'm staying down. I think he knows. No, no, he's one of the two going up. He's on the actual coaster. He needs to be off the coaster for this to go well for them. There's the jockey. Adam's on the coaster. This is what happens, K3. I told you it was going to go something like this. He got pulled off. They have somebody down. The Charger's still up. Spit going in, managing to hit one of the survivors for an end cap. Coach is up there. Actually manages to level the Charger. That's good, but at the same point in time, that jockey is waiting with a recharge here. Saying Smoker in chat right there. Nice M2 shutdown, but now Adam does get pulled, and unfortunately Adam's team is not going to be able to make it up the coaster. We're going to have some more trolling going on right there. Fox is the last one up, and K3, they committed a cardinal error. Adam should have let them know that whenever you put Adam on the coaster, things do not go well.
Oh no, they wiped on the most difficult chapter in the entire game when they had almost no health left.
I know.
How could you have made that prediction? Wow, I'm impressed.
Because they put Adam. I made the prediction because they put Adam on the coaster, man. I'm telling you, there's a distinct correlation.
Wow, that's so Adam. Looking into the future, predicting the Adam. Nicely done.
Oh man, that's okay. So they made up what, like 100 and some points off that. So Dusty tank still to go against Fox's tank. So it's like pot 1 versus Mentor, and it's gonna be a barn room tank. I don't know. That could really go either way, but I'd say Dusty's team still has the control right now.
Yeah, at this point, they really need. I mean, the only way that you can pretty much make up this kind of points is either 1 wipe plus a lot of health bonus, or 2 wipes plus, lots of distance gained. We do actually have a very late tank, which is not what the SI want to see here. They need to get early-ish wipes in order to make much back. So now it's going to really be banking on, can they get that health bonus into the safe room?
I don't know. It's going to be difficult to do. Adam messaging me, we did it, boys. See you on Reddit, because he knows too. But I don't know. Let's see exactly if they are able to not take as much damage this time prior to the tank, or even with a tank that they usually shouldn't take as much damage at. Like, the way I usually see that tank going the best is if the tank manages to get like an early corner with some kind of jump rock or something like that, and then it's up to the SI to at least cause some kind of distraction or stumble so the tank can work himself around. This hit could do a pretty good amount of damage for Team S.L.A.M.D. It's going to be a Spitter, a Smoker, a Charger, and a Jockey. I don't know, K3. They haven't really had a whole lot of success with these opening hits so far for S.L.A.M.D.
Yeah, but we're using the survivors all pushing out here. Smoker's gonna get shut down. Boomer or Charger actually has pretty much nothing. Half decent Jock going out for about 11 damage, and Spit has nothing to go on. So yeah, that was a very nice shutdown by Dusty Seam once again. Probably not quite far enough to get to the Witch just yet. But yeah, honestly, it's really gonna come down to this Barn Room tank, which I think is gonna be in the hands of 6, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So yeah, interested to see what happens there. It's very important that the SI get a ton of damage, if not a wipe.
Yeah, let's see exactly what they do here, because that Witch is going to be up. I don't know if they're going to decide to hit on that. Boomer's going to spawn, gets a double boom onto the survivors. Charger spawning in the back as well, going and managing to land the charge. Dusty going for the cover. He is going to manage to get hit before he clears it. That's a quick tri-cap going out with a lot of charge damage on the Cammy. Nice job by that Jockey Smoker to get that cover before Dusty got the clear on the Charger. They only landed for a split second, but they made it count.
Yeah, I mean, Dusty's team, or I shouldn't say Dusty's team, but this has just been, in general, just a ton of tri-caps landing this game. Nice easy crown there, going out with Dusty into the Witch. But yeah, just I think the SI play of this game has been outclassing the survivor play. We have a pretty nice pullback going out here as Ellis does get the M2 on the Jockey and the shutdown. So yeah, that's about it. Little damage going on to Cammy, but nothing. As he walks into the Death Spit and takes 40 damage of Death Spit. So yeah, we've seen a few problems with Cammy jumping into Death Spit so far this game. So but yeah, more damage than I expected coming out of that. But we will have the tank up relatively soon here. That's really going to be the turning point of this chapter.
Yeah, and when this tank goes in, he needs to not focus Alice, because that's what the survivors are going to want. Like, if he can get a down on bonus right away, that would immediately just make the tank pretty much what you can expect out of that area. Anything more than that would be, you know, close to wipe territory, maybe even a couple downs. That would be nice. And that's, speaking of downs, we have an in-cap going out onto one of the survivors right here. Charger going in. Nice skeet by both Dusty and Summer on that Hunter. And again, I don't really know about going there, K3. I think they should have waited.
Yeah, I think they went in because they saw the down going out onto Cammy, because they wanted the full pill health. But at the same time, I mean, it was just such an easy place for the survivors to shoot everything, and they just made that 3-man shutdown happen. So we do have the tank up, as I said, in the hands of 6. A very crucial tank, if they're going to be wanting to make this comeback. So how about we send this over to a special infected war room?
Let's do it!
Hope we don't get a Boomer. I think we might have time second, but... Oh god, no. Not like this.
Oh, you're not gonna have time to sack that.
Fuck.
Just keep it.
YOLO! I'll try to boom from the back. Just everything else from the front. Whatever, it's fine. You guys are already here.
Let's help him.
Just go. Time your punches. Nice. Nice spread. Good damage.
And we are back. That was a full down going out from the 6's tank, both on to, actually almost getting Cammy down, but he got the full down out onto Rob's, and we talked about it a little bit beforehand, K3. That's about what you can expect from that tank, because it's quite hard to get a wipe in that room.
Yeah, especially with a boomer there, but Adam did a great job at landing that boom. If that boom hadn't landed, I think it would have been pretty disastrous for the SI. But nicely done by him, getting that difficult boom in there. So yeah, pretty decent amount of damage, but really they need to make these next couple hits mean a lot. We do actually have that hit coming in right now. Pretty easy skeet coming out there by the survivors. Actually, charge spit landing, but that is not on health bonus. Actually, that was quite the impressive charge spit, but yeah. I think that Team S.L.A.M.D has been sending their hunters in relatively straight tracks for the most part this game, and has been made for... I don't want to just like talk poorly of the shots and the shutdowns done by Team Buttdusters, but a lot of the skates I would say have been relatively easy to make, and so I do think they should be sending those in with a little bit more umph.
Yeah, we have a hit coming in right now. Boomer landing on top of Dusty's head, not actually able to boom him, but he does get pulled. Now gets freed. That charger actually would have probably been able to punch him out had he not been proxied off right there. Summer also got boomed. The only real bright light right now for the Special Infected is that Cammy is slow. That is going to be one survivor that is going to have to limp their way through this event. If they were all fast, they would already probably be close to the safe room right now, as we're seeing Dusty just kind of plow through that horde. They're going to have one more hit. They could try to play an in-cap on Ellis in the back instead of going for the bonus. That's still a pretty nice job so far from the survivors. But that's going to be a nice jockey on the Summer, who is main bonus right there. Dusty's going for the clear, manages to get the clear right now. That is going to be a Boomer and Hunter both landing onto Cammy right there, trying desperately to get the in cap, but the stumble again is able to free her. That is a pretty good amount of chip damage onto Dusty and Summer, though. They lost each about maybe a third of their health, so that is going to be the survivors making the safe room with those two having the bonus that they do. But besides that, not a too shabby round from Team Small Lone. It is going to put a lot of pressure on their survivor, though, for this last chapter before the finale. 57% damage by Dusty.
Wow, nicely done. Plus, on top of that, 42% common, as they do actually in-cap Cammy and get one of their multipliers removed. I'm not sure if that was on purpose. If so, that's a little BM. But hey, if you want to lose points, I guess the Team Slan shouldn't be complaining.
Well, this is going to be interesting. And, I don't know, Small Lone's going to have to make it with like 1,000 points here somehow in order to keep it competitive for the finale. It's kind of unfortunate for them due to the fact that, you know, they've played pretty well so far, but again, their survivor hasn't really been as up to par as Buttdusters, and they have to deal with Dusty's tank in that room. And
exactly.
No matter where he is, Dusty's tank is going to do a pretty good job because he's, like you alluded to a couple times, he's been around this community literally forever.
Yeah, you can pretty much guarantee Dusty's going to get at least one corner, and you know, plus whatever his SI do on top of that, right? So I think Adam's team needs to play this chapter nearly flawlessly if they're going to be able to come out of this with the health bonus that they need. Yeah, all they need to do is just keep it within like 400 points so they can make a comeback. Actually, a very nice pullout coming out there. Plus the Jock actually getting that too. Rob's actually unfortunately misses that charge, which could have resulted in close to an in-cap on one of the survivors though. So at the end of that, as grim as that looks, not a ton of damage coming out of that, only 25 SI damage. So that's the end with the survivors, turning that potentially very grim situation into not such a bad one.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep playing like this and don't take any damage before the tank, like I said, even though Dusty is a great tank and he can get probably pretty good damage anywhere, that room is very, very hard to manage unless he gets an early corner. Smoker, Spitter, Jockey, Boomer for this hit right here, and I think they might elect to send it before the survivors push around this hedge, as is the meta. Looks like the Smoker's going to spawn in the back, trying to open up for that boom. Smoker just kind of trying to troll and make some noise. Not a whole lot going on, though. Survivors actually might be able to take this choke, and indeed they do. So, I don't know. The Infected might hit right now, or not. They might just wait for the Witch. I don't know. They're being pretty patient with this.
Yeah, it looks like they want to hit, and it looks they are going to. Nice pop, though, going out by Fox onto Summer. But the rest of the SI are pretty much set up on that, which Adam's going to get a pretty easy draw around there. And not much this SI could have done about that. Dusty going for some kind of fancy quick smoke, nothing working there. Jockey's going to get shut down, and Spit goes down on nothing. So, yeah. Survivors have done a very good job at not taking pretty much any damage so far.
Yeah.
And now they're in the position that they need in order to not take a ton of damage from the tank. They just need to really just put some work into them, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably a better place for the SI to hit than what we saw Team Small Lone do. It's going to be a Boomer, a Hunter, a Smoker, and a Charger. And I don't know. It looks as though they might try to send it now. Dusty's going to get popped, though, before he becomes that tank. And it looks as though one of the survivors actually is separated right here. That was almost disastrous, but the clear did go out. Dusty is in range to try to land a rock. Charger's going to drop down, tries to get a charge, gets a nice double charge, but then does get cleared. Nice save by the survivors right there, and this is a pretty pivotal tank, as we have mentioned. How about we take it over to a Team Buttdusters Worm for Dusty's tank?
I mean, ditch this or boom.
Sack it.
In a sec.
Try to. I'm gonna have to go. Whatever.
Sack or
Just keep it. Try and go through the door.
They got a hole in it.
Help him.
One more on coach. Oh, he had 1 HP.
Nice.
Nice.
This
One
tank.
more.
Oh, Rob.
This freaking tank.
So we're back. Tons of damage coming out from Dusty's tank. That's not what Team S.L.A.M.D wanted. Not at all. The tank didn't have a ton of HP by the time he got most of his damage out, but I mean, that boom did land, and I think that's really what allowed for most of that damage. Again, very nicely done by, I think it was Rob that was the boomer, getting that very difficult to land boom out there. Oh, we actually do have a pause coming out.
DDoS
Looks
going
like there is
up.
a bit of a DDoS happening.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Adam's team could still try to make the save from here, but they're going to be facing maybe like at the best, a 600-point differential going into the finale if they actually make it all the way. And making it all the way with this health plus that event horde might be a little bit tough. I mean, Adam and Sepia still have bonus, but like you said, yeah, that multi-boom landing, Dusty then just did his best job with the damage selection that he could, and he made a pretty good choice there. Nice jockey landing onto Adam's face. Charger's going to go in there to cover as well. Hunter landing everything, pretty much landing. Charger then also going to get a charge onto 6 in the corner. He is non-bonus, but he is obviously temporary health and is now going to be almost slow from that. So another good hit coming in, and yeah, the Buttdusters have just completely taken control so far in this game. It hasn't been a blowout by any means, and Adam's team has fought hard, but they have definitely got themselves the advantage up until this point.
For sure, and if it wasn't looking bad to make the safe room before, it's definitely looking that way now. Team Buttdusters is just being absolutely relentless in terms of their SI hits, really just tackling on damage every single hit. Survivors just really can't catch much of a break from it. So yeah, hopefully they can make up that last bit of distance as this 2-boom does come out. We do have this Hunter coming in, not quite going to land the DP, and gets dead stopped and shut down afterwards. Or actually, does actually manage to land somehow with the spin on top of that too. Michelle's actually in the split that is health bonus. Actually, 2 encounts coming out of that hit, even though that didn't look like much was going to happen. So yeah, once again, just so much damage coming out of these hits. Adam's team is just not really shutting down the spawns that they need to.
Exactly, and I think this jockey might have a little bit more trolling to do before the survivors actually push through the event. That's going to be a full uncap onto Sepia as well. Charger and Spitter and Boomer waiting in the wings right here. 2 people down right now. Charger going in, managing to land onto Adam. That's going to be a spit going down to that as well. He is black and white, and it is now going to die. And Coach is also dead. That is the wipe K3.
Ouch. Yeah, so now we're looking at about a 905 point. Oh, the thing went up. Excuse me. It's not that difference. I was wrong. But yeah, no. We are looking at an 855 point differential here. So that's very difficult. That's full distance for the map plus health bonus as it is. So I think I'm gonna say it's most likely gonna be GG if the SI can't get this early wipe with this tank, which is very difficult in and of itself.
Besides that, even if they get the wipe of this tank, that means they're going to have to make the chopper, and I don't know, I've seen people make the chopper before, or almost make the chopper before, at least in RBC3, and I don't know, it's a difficult scenario for the survivors here, and honestly, this tank, I've seen it wipe sometimes, but it's really not one of those high wipe rate tanks. It gets a lot of damage, but even if Dusty makes the second the second tank before the chopper, I should say, that's still going to put them close to 3k and maybe around 1,200 points ahead. So I don't know. It's going to be a tall task for Team Small of $1 million, but they might be able to do it. Let's see exactly who gets it and then what happens, because, like I said, the usual course of events is that it gets an okay amount of damage. But with that being said, we're going live, and I'll let you take away this first hit.
Alright, so yeah, usually not a whole lot comes out of this first opening hit, but we can see rare occasions where it does. We do have a very nice skate going out onto Adam by Dusty. Boomer gets a nice tri-boom there, it's going to definitely delay them a bit, plus that split block him in the safe room. I do believe there was a jockey also that got pretty much shut down, and Boomer is now being super stealthy on top of the safe room, and is probably maybe might get a bit of a proxy, yeah, gets that reboom onto Coach, or Nick rather. And yeah, so about what you'd expect off of that opening hit, not a whole lot doing. It really is just going to come down to this tank right here. Do have a witch getting pulled out. Ooh, oh no.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that is actually a very nice play by Adam, charging Dusty as he did pull the witch, and that is a full end cap. That kind of takes away a bit of the momentum they had going, and we have the tank going for the forklift. I think that I agree with this because they need the wipe here. They need the big play. They can't just go for, oh hey, that's good damage. No, you need the wipe. So I think you
he's got it in really well too so far. I mean, hey, that might be 2 more hits. They should throw maybe the Boomer right now because I think he's going to get it in the next couple of hits. Indeed, yeah, Boomer gets thrown, and now they're going to throw that in. And let's see, because he's on second pass, he's got it in good position. I think Dusty's team's going to have to fall back. How about we take this over to a team smaller than $1 million worm because this tank is about to commit with his forklift.
Go bot.
Oh, this.
So whatever you do not go bot. You should be good though. They're going in. They're going in.
Oh
Dude, you're on
I think you're gonna go bot.
I'm good.
They're gonna fight now.
You just gotta
my
go
God.
in.
Don't
You
push
just gotta
anymore.
go
You're
in.
gonna go, yeah. Just go.
Oh,
man.
Just going with
I have one
Forza.
fucking.
Oh boy, well, the tank has a corner on Dusty. Rest of the hit is going in. Boomer's going to actually retarget him now onto Rochelle. Rest of the hits coming in. Hunter's going to land. Jockey got shut down. Tank is still trying to corner Rochelle. Not having a whole lot of luck, and unfortunately for 6, that did not go as it was planned there, K3. It got an okay amount of damage, but again, it was not the wipe.
Yeah, I think once the survivors committed to going into the kitchen, I think you have to kind of just leave the forklift where it is. I think 6 decided to play with it a little bit too much as the survivors made their way in there, and it resulted in the tank going AI, which is not what you want. For the tank to wipe in that small kitchen, you pretty much need the multis, you need the consistent punches, and while the AI tank did an okay job, it wasn't quite what they needed. We do see a charger going in there getting shut down, 2 boom landing for a little bit, but Jockey also gets shut down, giving the spitter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Actually, what Rob just took 100 damage that free spit, but point. I'm not sure how much that matters because the survivors have 5 sets of pills in total, including the one that they already have on Coach, and plus they have a bunch of permanent health, which is more than enough to make it to the first tank, and maybe even enough to kill it. So things are looking pretty grim for Team S.L.A.M.D.
Yeah, I mean, they are gonna be able to get another okay hit here, I think, as that Boomer is gonna go in. Charter's going in as well, trying to land. Smoker's gonna land onto Coach right there. Nice intercept by that Hunter, too. But, like we kind of mentioned, they're gonna make it at least to the second tank. They have the 4 pills on them, and then... Actually, that's all they've got. They have no more on the stage because of what happened on that first tank. Honestly, I think that the SI performance from Team S.L.A.M.D has been fine, but then the Survivor has been what's been hampering them so far, and why they're down by 1,000 even before Team Buttdusters gets to that second tank, K3.
Yeah, I fully agree. It's just they haven't been able to take that pace of the game back from Team Buttdusters' hands, and it looks like it has costed them quite a lot so far, and we're going to have to see nothing short of a miracle for a comeback here. Boomer does get shut down, as does the Jockey, and really, their hits are looking super scattered, and it's not great to see. I'm guessing morale is probably relatively low on Team S.L.A.M.D's side. So hopefully we can get a bit more of a showing to wrap up this game, and potentially maybe that miracle comeback that we've all been wanting. But we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see, because they have another okay hit here. It's going to be a Jockey, a Hunter, and a Smoker. And then also the Boomer. So they're going to send in right now. Jockey's going to land. Nice double cap. Almost a tri-cap with that Smoker, but the Smoker did miss. That is an in-cap onto Rob's, however. A little bit more of his health going away. And the tank is up in the hands of Adam, 14 Slam. Do we try to take this over to another SI Worm to see if they can get the wipe?
I'd be interested to actually see the way that the survivors play this.
Okay. We can go over to a Survivor Worm and then see how they fight this tank.
He'll go up the stage and then we'll just go to stage. Alright, he's going to stage. Just get on the stage right now.
Reloading.
He's going back toward the bleachers. Let's go back to the second podium where we were before. deal with common on. There's LOS here while the swans are down, even if he gets up on the stage right now. We'll just make their SI hit. Make their SI hit, and we'll go to the stage again.
He's on stage.
Hold. He cleared me right
I got
into the rock.
stumble.
Back up on the stage. It's Adam tank, I think. Zen.
Yeah, it is.
Just trying to rock. I thought that was nice. Thought he was gonna fall. Let's back
He's
up.
down.
Just come over here. LOS on the side of the stage. Just hide behind this. Fucking do whatever we can to LOS him right now.
Nice pop.
Rock. I'm pushing him.
I'm slow.
It's LOS behind that. Didn't get around. Or behind the far one. Doesn't matter. Just don't look at him at all. Watch the boom from below, y'all. LOS harden, wherever you can.
Left side.
Just get away from him. He wants us to go after him. He's really close. He's in. Hold him. He's gonna punch me and get up.
Something.
He's back in. Rocking.
I think only a hunches up.
I ski that with my pistol. Give it me or someone up. I don't know. He's gonna come in on you.
He's dead.
Oh.
And we are back. That is actually a very clutch win coming out from because of that jockey by Fox onto Cammy. So Team Buttdusters getting away from that tank, but not after a full 400 points of distance, putting the score differential into like just about over 1,200 points, which is very difficult to make back on this map. So they're gonna need over like 400 points of health bonus here, which is not unheard of, but also very unlikely, especially considering the level of play that Team Buttdusters have been playing.
Yeah, I mean, in order to make 1,200 points on this, they have to have, I think, isn't the maximum bonus like?
Maximum bonus is 1,600.
Right. In order to get 1,200, they have to have like at least one person with all green health. Like, if they had one person with 100 health, they'd be able to get it. But as you said, with the way the Team Buttdusters has been playing Special Infected so far, I don't necessarily see that happening. Hey, I've seen stranger things happen, like people getting caught in the helicopter. So hey, maybe they actually can make the comeback, but it's going to be tough for them to deal with, especially if Dusty gets one of these two tanks. It's going to be a Boomer, Hunter, Spitter, and a Jockey. Let's see if Team S.L.A.M.D can do it on the Survivor side. And I don't know. They have that Witch to deal with as well. They obviously got a little bit, well, not lucky, but Adam made a really good play off that Witch when Dusty accidentally failed the crown. We do have a Jockey landing, Hunter getting skeeted, Spitter not able to land, and the Boomer did save. And I think Adam actually almost shot the Witch there. Tank is going to be up now into the hands of Cammy. The Witch is going in and does get crowned, so that's the right start, I guess. And I don't know, how would you play this tank right now if you were Cammy K3?
Any kind of damage. I do agree with not going for the forklift because I do think it is easier to get some kind of guaranteed damage without it. I would not commit on that immediately. Yeah, I think getting a strike out is probably the best way to get some kind of guaranteed damage with this. If they get one bleed, then you know that's already pretty good as it is. Then they have all the rest of it, all the rest of the chapter, a very long chapter that to get more survivors down.
Looks as though the tank is going to be committing in with that. It's going to be a Charger Jockey Hunter. Which worm do you want to send it to?
We sent it to an SI worm, however brief that was last time. So how about we go for that too? Potentially the last tank of the game in the hands of Cammy. Let's go to that SI worm.
Alright, SI, let's go. Oh, I fucked up my turn. I shouldn't have missed my turn.
So it seems like my prediction was scarily accurate, getting that one cap plus like I guess one extra punch on top of that. So yeah, there's that bit of damage. Pretty standard, I'd say, for that tank. So nicely played by both sides. Survivors mitigating the amount that they take, but SI also capitalizing on what they were guaranteed to have. So yeah, at this point, with one bleeding out, it's not impossible. Survivors are still sitting at 1,000 points, so they're not out of it yet. But it's going to be very difficult, and they're going to need to play flawlessly from here on out.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a Spitter, Jockey, Hunter, and a Boomer. And I don't know. Looks as though they're going to send it right now. The Hunter's going in, the Boomer's going in, and now actually Jockey landed and the Spit did too, but the Survivors got pushed out of the Spit besides Coach running through it again. And K3, I'm not going to lie, this is doable. It'll be hard, but it's doable.
Yep, I've seen this happen before. And, you know, I don't want to be a pessimist about this. As rare as this does happen, it does happen. And, you know, I've seen teams that I would say vastly outclass another get completely upset on a comeback like this. So, all it takes is some picture-perfect Survivor play. Which is not going to involve getting Tri-Boom there, as well as, it looks like, Tri-Caps again. Just about.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of
health.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that picture-perfect Survivor play does not involve getting Tri-Boomed and 2-capped by a Hunter and Charger. You need to not get in-capped by this stuff. That takes away a huge amount of their health bonus. And now, things are looking twice as grim as they were before.
Adam saying get fucked when he's the team who just got the in-cap on him. Took you long enough? Yeah, okay. Adam's immediately going to be DQ'd. So, besides that, Jockey, Spitter, Boomer, and another spawn coming into queue right here. Two pretty large bonuses still going on for the Survivors. They have 3 sets of pills on them and then 2 on the stage. Nice boom going out. These booms have been really, really disastrous the past couple hits. Charger, Jockey, Spitter for the rest here. And now the Charger's going to be going in. Managing to miss actually onto Ellis right there. Jockey going in too. Managing to land onto one of the health bonuses. Quickly cleared. And K3, it's right on the edge right here because they also need to kill this tank pretty flawlessly and then make it to the safe room with bonus.
Pretty flawlessly, I'd say, is a bit of an understatement. I would think that they need to play absolutely perfectly from here on out. Yeah, they need to shut this tank down 100%. Because not only do they need to kill it, but they also need to kill the Horde after that tank too, which will take a lot in itself. Because, I mean, as you can see, the amount of damage they have taken just on the Horde leading up to this tank. We do have this tank, last tank of the game, in the hands of Rob's Tool. Survivors need to play this perfectly. Let's go there. Let's go to the war room right now.
Do it.
We're gonna stay over here in LOS and not go to the stage. Oh shit. Hunter's still up. Start hiding behind the scaffold now. Watch a rock shotgun. Rock. Just hide. Rock.
Where is he? Stage. He's on the roof.
Keep hiding. Don't trip him.
Don't hit with my life.
Let's push her now. Smoke on the right.
Rock. Couldn't see them.
Jockey's dead. Yeah, just help us. It's talking mad shit. Rock. Cool. Sepia, get a bit to the left. I think you might be able to see you. Better.
Ooh. There's a smoker here too.
You got a rock? There. Can't really go to the stage.
He dropped down? Oh, never mind.
Let's go to the stage now. Watch for the command.
Oh, he's rocking the shit out of me.
What? I dropped my melee.
He fell.
Oh, he dropped. He's probably gonna get out. Nope.
He's
I was
doing
at
some
1 HP
Houdini
anyways.
shit. I'm out of
They're
ammo,
picking me
boys.
up.
I'm leaving you.
Alright. I don't blame you.
Don't worry, we got this nerd by the balls.
One.
The smoker's mine.
No!
Dude, he's gonna fucking rock me for the 8th time. Yeah, he did. How the fuck?
Get fucking insta-give. Rock. I'm in a very bad spot right now.
I'm out of bullets.
Don't worry, you don't need bullets. Not where we're going.
You guys can still make it, I believe.
I am too at that. What the fuck?
Get the medkits.
And there we have it. There's the wipe going off on to Team Small Loan of $1 million. And that will do it. Team Buttdusters taking the first round of TFPG T4. And very nicely done by them. I think this game can be summed up in 3 words. Positioning, patience, and boomers. I think Adam's team, while they certainly put up a strong fight, they took out their lack of patience early in the game allowed Team Buttdusters to take a bit of an early lead, and later in the game, I think they stacked up a little too much, which allowed for some easy spawns from boomers, as well as I think we saw like at least 4 double chargers going out on that finale alone, and I think that their positioning really had a lot to do with that, and it really just put the nail in the coffin in terms of their comeback potential. So very nicely played by Team Buttdusters, securing the win.
Yep, nice job by them, and that's going to move them to 1-0 in the tournament, and that's going to drop Team Smullen of $1 million to 0-1. But yeah, a very good game, very close, right until the end right there. I mean, obviously, like, there was still the chance for that comeback, but then again, those boomers and that positioning on that final tank was able to land rocks and do that kind of stuff, and, you know, it's just unfortunate for them that they weren't able to make the comeback. But yeah, hats off to Team Buttdusters getting the shutdowns they did, not getting boomed. Then we'll see how they do the next couple of weeks. So any final thoughts, K3, before we sign it off?
Once again, congratulations and commiserations to our 2 teams. And I had a great time casting with you, Rails, as always. And I look forward to seeing the rest of this tournament. I do believe that there is 8 out of the 12 teams that will be moving on to the bracket. So by no means at all is Adam's team out of this. Let's see them learn from their mistakes here and come back strong with the rest. And let's see Dusty's team continue their strong play throughout the rest of this tournament. I expect them to go quite far.
Yeah, that's pretty nice so far. So, and I think that pretty much sums it up as well. Both these teams still have a lot of improvement that they can do to try to make those final 8. And honestly, like I said, it'll be dependent on a bunch of factors, including maps and stuff like that, besides Dark Carnival, to see who makes it to that final elimination stage. But aside from that, I think we should see a lot more balanced games that we've been seeing so far. So thank you, K3, for co-casting with me, and thank you, Brightness, for the streaming work that you have put in. That's, I think, pretty much all we got. So thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. For more information, go to the TFPG forums, check out how the tournament's going so far, and we'll see you on the next cast.